Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, or if you have not been here before, my name is Deanne Castro. I'm a Creative Memories Advisor in Bakersfield, California, and happy unofficial summer. We just had Memorial Day last weekend, and it's feeling like summer here. It's close to 100 degrees. It's supposed to be 107 on Wednesdays. So, welcome to the warm summer. It's going to be this way for a while. So, I know for me, 4th of July sneaks up on me really fast after Memorial Day. So, I have a 4th of July border to show you today. Little unusual in that this is 4th of July paper that we have. This is the Perfectly Patriotic. And I also did this idea in two other papers. These are papers from uh, those of us who were able to go on the Creative Memories incentive trip this year. And this one is the summer paper pack. And I love the colors in it. It's just so pretty. But the unusual thing about this is it uses our new kite punch. And just love the way this came out. It doesn't really look like kites, does it? It just looks like some fun patriotic designs on this border. So let me show you how I did it. These over. Okay, so again, I'm going to use the Perfectly Patriotic paper pack because I really like both papers in this. For some reason, the colors of the 4th of July, the red, white, and blue, are always my favorites. So I'm also using the stickers that go with that. They are lots of really fun patriotic designs, the red, white, and blue, and some fun. I love this top hat. Isn't that cool? I love that top hat. And then barbecues, balloons, those are always my favorite. Okay, so that's what comes next. So the first thing I want to do is I like using the striped paper. You guys can use pretty much any paper that you want, but on all of these, I kind of use the striped paper out of those packs. And I want to use my scoring blade. And let's see, let me see if I can find it here real quick. Here it is. Okay, this is my scoring blade. So I'm taking out the straight blade and I'm going to put the scoring blade in my trimmer. Now I'm going to take this piece of paper that I want to use for the kites and I'm going to score it at 1.5 inches. Okay, so this one is a sheet of paper that I've been using for all my samples. So it's a little small, but it's okay because it's still going to be big enough. Because what I'm going to do now is fold this over because I'm going to punch both sides. And a little trick that I like to use is adding some cardboard or something in my punches. This is 3/16, so it's a little bit bigger. Yeah, actually, is that 3/16? Let me look at it real quick. Yeah, because a quarter is 2/16. So this is 3/16. So it's a little bit bigger than a quarter. And what I did was I've adhered the back of this piece of cardboard to the punch so it will stay in place. And I used something called paint chips. And we have several of these that come in a package. And I really like them. They're double-sided squares. And so usually I use them on my borders and stuff like that. But for this one, I'm just using this to hold these in place. So I'm going to need 7 or 8 of these. So I'm going to put this in with the larger side up. And I'm going to start with this on my punch, kind of about the second section over. Okay, So I'm going to put the paper in about there. So I want to get as many in this as I can. And then I'm going to make this as straight as I can. Make sure this is all the way to the back. As straight as I can. And that's right. Okay, I'm going to punch. What that does is it's punching the kite, but it's leaving space for it to be folded over to make a different shape. Okay, so like I said, we need about 7 or 8 of these, depending on what you want to do. And I'm going to move this over to where the kite shows. I'll hold this in here. To where about this much of the kite is showing through. You don't need a whole lot because on the edges of these are the little bows that we're not going to be using. So you don't really care if that's going to double punch on those. So it's a, let me see if I can measure this for you so you can get a better idea. We're going to move this over to about 3/4 of an inch showing. Okay, so it's hard to see on this ruler, but it's about 3/4 of an inch. So just a little part of that edge of the kite is showing. Okay, and it doesn't have to be exact. You can kind of vary that a little bit. It depends on how many you want in here. But if you get it as even as possible, then you can probably make something else with this. So punched it again. Punch it again. So I'm just going to punch a bunch of these. Make sure it's straight. And it helps if you line up the lines against the edge of the punch. This is kind of loose. Make sure that stays on there. And that one's kind of loose as well. Okay. If I line up the line straight against the edge of the punch, it also is going to give you a pretty straight cut. And just a few more. I'll do one more on here. And pull that out. Okay, so this gives you a really interesting edge if you can get those pretty even, and it'd be fun type of a little border to put on your other pages as well for something. So I'm going to hang on to that. I'm going to get rid of all the extra ones here. And I'm going to start putting these on another sheet. Now I did try with these other borders, other colors to put these on. As you can notice, this one is on another color, but then the kites don't show up as well. The pattern doesn't show up as well on another color. They do show up a whole lot better if you're using a white background. This particular is kind of it was one of the white papers out of the most recent cardstock buffet. So it has little flakes of other color in it. And so that's what I used. But you can also use plain white cardstock. Okay. So this I think was called the Stardust cardstock. Now I'm going to Put my straight trimmer back in here. And I'm going to cut this at 2.5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to line this up, make sure it's straight, and cut this at 2.5 inches. Now I'm going to take this ruler to help me line this up to begin with. The middle of these kites is about, or this 2.5 inch sheet is 1.25. So this particular ruler, I really like it because I can see through it and I can line up the 1.25 inch line along the edge here. So when I go to put this on, I'm going to use repositionable tape on this in case I need to lift it. I'm going to start about 1 inch down. And I'm going to pull this over and just kind of make sure that the tip of this, so the tip and the bottom piece are right in the center. So see how on this ruler, I have the middle of the tip here and the middle of the tip down here along the edge of the ruler. And that helps me know that I've got the first piece in the middle. Okay, so now I'm just going to do the same with the rest of these. Put some adhesive on the back. And I'm just going to put, let's see, 7 to begin with. So I need 6 more. Mm. 4, 5, and 6. All right, now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to butt this up right against the corner of that and then kind of make them look and make sure that the edges are equal. These little points are pretty equal along the edge of this. And this is flush with the 2 different tips on the bottom down here. Okay, now I'm going to put this one on the other side. And I'm going to line up these edges. Okay, so line this up against the edge and you can just eyeball it. And the closer you can get to it being equal, you can use a ruler, put it up against there, and then make these tips go together, which causes this diamond here in the middle. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to do that. I'm going to put this one in the middle here, line up the 2 corners, and I'm going to use a ruler and make sure it's still straight at that 1.25 down the middle. Okay, so that one is, this one's not. Okay, now that's in the middle. I'm going to put these other 2 down here. Okay. This one on this side. And the last one down here. Okay, so fairly quick and easy. My first one, though, did take me a considerable amount of time. Now, These have, this one just has a straight edge across the top. But what I did was I cut about 1/8 of an inch off the top and the bottom so that it was kind of framed all the way around. This one, I added another piece. So this is the 8th piece. So if I wanted to put that one on here, it would go here. Okay, and I don't know if I'm going to add it on there yet, but I really like that different dimension on there. The other thing I did was I just took 2 of these. Can you see that? Isn't that cool? And I just put them up, one across the other, kind of like just across. So I thought that looked really cool too. So you could do that. You can put these all the way down your page. So if you wanted to do a border with these, it would just be a little bit wider, and then you would just match the tips. I just now thought of this idea. That is so cool. I really like that too. Okay, so just do that all the way down. The way I did that was I took one of these and another one of these, and I just crossed it and just matched it up as kind of as quick as I could. Just match up the X's. And there you have a cross. Not fun. I like that. Okay. So now on this one, I took and I cut the edges. So I'm going to show you how I did that on this one as well, because I just really like that dynamics. There is on this trimmer a diagonal line that you can line up your paper up against and be able to put the tip on the cut line, which is that left dotted line there, and you can cut a diagonal on it. Now, for me, if I did that, it's going to cut right through that kite. So I alternated it a little bit. What I did was I just put this on one of the inch lines. I just put the corner right on the cut line, and then I moved it to where the other corner was 2 inches down further. Okay, and that way it didn't hit the kite. So I'm going to do that here. Make sure that's on the 2-inch line. It's going to come close, but it doesn't cut it. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing on this one down here, because I want the same cut. So it's going to go here to here. I'm going to turn it over. No, I'm not. Okay, so now it's on one of the inch lines here. And 2 inches down. Might get the kite off because it's down a little far. Didn't have it exactly an inch down, so it might cut. But that's okay because I'll cover it up with a I'll cover it up with a sticker. I'm just going to cut down the kite. How did I do that? Sorry, guys. Inch to 3 inches. Let me see here. Yeah, it's going to cut it across that kite. So I'll just cut it and I'll cover it up 1, 2 inches with a sticker. Okay, now I'm going to take this paper, and what I did with this is I used our new pinking blade. So I just used another decorative edge and cut this here. So I've already got the one side cut. So this one's already cut. If I didn't, I would just cut a tiny bit off the edge and then turn it over. And this is going to be 2 7/8 inches. So it's almost 3 inches. I'm going to change out the blade. And 2 7/8. And let me put this on there. Okay, we'll leave this at the top and this on the bottom. So then just put the adhesive on it and center it. On the paper. So it leaves about 3/16 of an inch on the edges. So I made it a little bit wider. Okay. Now if I want, I could put this on here. And I really kind of like the way it gives a little bit more dimension on there. So I am gonna do that. I'm gonna put this on. Okay. Line up the little square marks. These, they're the X right here in the middle. Down a little bit. Okay, and added that in there. Now, let me grab a couple of stickers. And I think I'm going to put the barbecue down here. I love 4th of July barbecues, love the food. So I'm going to put this here. Let's see, which side do I want? This side. And I think I'm going to put firework here. And then at the top, man, I love these balloons, but they might be too big. Let's see. These balloons going to be, oh, we're going to put them here. Parts of stickers that I didn't see. Okay. Oh gosh, I love these balloons. I'm just going to put them on here. Let's see. Let me shove that on this side. Okay. And there we go. We have a finished border. So, okay, I hope you guys like this. Now, I'm going to add another sheet of paper. Now, I cut this to use as part of one of the borders, but if I just put this right here on the edge, this would make a full page. I love the way this fades from blue to white to red. I just think that's so pretty. So then you can add some photos on it. You can put one of these here, a photo here. You can add another couple of photos here. This way. And then you can add another embellishment or stickers or something on the corner. You can even throw one of these on there. Ah, I like that. Okay, move this up so you guys can see it. And there we go. It's done. Okay, so let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the other variations that we have. Lots of different ones. Um, if you guys would like to show me some of the things that you've made with these, go ahead and go onto my Facebook group. Request to join. It's Let's Scrapbook with Deanne. And you can share your ideas. You can share the um, pages and the borders that you've made using the different colors and different collections that we have. I'd love to see them. So, and check with your advisor. And if you have not gotten this 4th of July paper yet, the Perfectly Patriotic, get a hold of her and get this paper because I just love it. I just think it's great. If you have any questions, you can email me at dncmc2@yahoo.com. And if you don't have an advisor, I would be happy to help you out. You can go onto the website and order the supplies and let me know if you have any questions, and I will then see you guys next time. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, think about it, because then you'll get notifications when I put out these videos once or twice a week. I do borders and I also do scrapbook pages. And love to see you. Glad you joined me today, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much. Bye.